I am so excited because we're going to go to break. The phones are already ringing because we have Joseph LoBrutto. He's a psychic medium and psychic healer. Yes, in-house. And we're going to go to break and we're going to come back with Joseph live in our studio. We'll be right back.
So, who's laughing now? It's Steve-O and Rene. Call them to join in on the fun, the madness, and the laughter. 1-800-889-0267.
Drop a bit. And we are back.
Well, I am so excited.
This segment is, we've never gotten so many emails about a segment.
No. Well, Hallie Elise last week, and she's on our show regularly on Tuesdays, she actually brought a special guest last week. And I was so blown away. I was so excited. So we have Joseph LoBrutto, and he is a psychic medium.
He's been tested as legitimate by Medium Channel to have an accuracy rating of over 90%, which we totally believe.
I'm a believer.
In his psychic and medium ability, he has received awards naming him the best South Florida psychic. He's got my vote, too, now.
Got my vote.
He's listed as one of the top 100 psychics in America.
Wow.
Joseph has been interviewed by NBC, ABC Television, along with numerous radio shows.
Like Steve-O and Rene Morning Show.
And he's written articles. He just showed me a book. His name of his book is There More to Life Than What We Know?
Where can they purchase your book, Joseph? And welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was glad to be on again.
So where can they purchase that book?
You can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, or you can get it through my website.
Perfect. Okay, so we already have a caller, and I would like to take the caller. Is that okay?
Yeah, I just want to say that you're a medium, you're a psychic, and you're a healer.
Psychic healer.
Well, it's called Divine Healer.
Divine healer.
Divine healer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And just a little bit about your background.
Well, I started as a child. I used to see spirit and didn't know the difference. I thought they were regular people that came to me. And I can remember to this day my dad yelling at me, saying, "Go to sleep up there, who you're talking to." It's when my grandmother passed away when I realized that I was seeing ghosts when she visited me afterwards. And
so did that scare the bejeebies out of you?
It did, because I stopped seeing. I slept with my head underneath the covers for what seemed forever, and then finally I had a normal life. It wasn't until my I would say my early 20s when I wanted to learn about psychic development, and I started going to classes, and I became what was called a channel first. And then when my cousin, whose name is Joe LoBrutto, passed away at age 34, I attended his funeral, but when I was driving home, I heard his voice, and he was sitting on the passenger side of my car smiling at me. I'm glad I was stopped at a red light, because if I wasn't, I would have hit a row of cars. And he wanted to talk to his wife, Mary Lou, and give her a message. And so the message I gave to her was very clear. She understood, and he opened the doors for me for my mediumship abilities.
Wow.
And I started with small groups practicing, and it just started to grow and grow. And being a channel means I channel messages from spirit guides, and I was journalizing, and soon what I was writing became the book, Is There More to Life Than What We Know? A Spiritual Journey Awakening to Finding God. When the book was channeled, a company called Medium Channel out of Germany tests mediums from all around the world, but they don't tell you you're being tested. They just book a reading with you. And after I did the reading with Paul, the owner of Medium Channel, he introduced himself to me, and he says that I was one of the best in the nation that he has tested so far, and he wanted to put me on his top 10 international list.
That's impressive.
Phones started ringing like crazy after that, and
like ours are now.
Yes. Oh, we have another phone call already. This is
Joseph,
crazy.
I have a question. I hope this is not a bad question. Have the police ever contacted you on a murder?
Yeah. Psychics.
And would they be able to say who?
Yeah, there's special psychics that will do stuff like that in crime investigation and all that. I tell people I'm not a crime investigator or anything like that. I have done readings where people who have been murdered, and when I'm sitting with the parents of the person or something, I may start to say names and things. They say, "Yeah, they're in prison right now because they were," and all that stuff and everything. But I'm not a crime solver type psychic.
Okay.
That takes a special psychic to do that.
But you're talking. See, I'm a believer now.
I am a true believer of this.
And
wait, you have to take a call because our lines are blowing up today. So the first call is from who?
Andrea.
Okay, so put
I
her
got
through.
it right here.
Okay.
Let's go to Andrea first.
Good morning, Andrea. No, Marissa's got to put it through. Good morning, Andrea.
Hi, how are you?
Great. So you're calling in to speak to Joseph LoBrutto.
I am. I just have to tell you, the two of you are amazing. I've been listening to your show since you started, and I absolutely love your show.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that I got through to him. So Thank you so much for taking my phone call.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Anyway, so do you have a question for Joseph?
I do, Joseph. Are you able to tell me anything about my mother who had passed away?
Okay, Andrea, let me have your mother's first name.
Evelyn.
Okay. What I feel with Evelyn is this: I feel very heavy on her chest, heavy breathing. So it tells me that she probably passed away very. Was she in a comatose state or a hospice situation on this?
Yes.
Okay. It's just her breathing just got slowed and it got very heavy. And she told me, that's how I know how she passed away. One thing you need to know, Andrea, is she passed away in peace, and she wants to let you know that she had family, she had love around her, and she's telling me that this is what she wanted. She wanted her family around her, and she wanted the support. It was okay to let go, she said, and she felt safe to let go. She said that she was greeted by wonderful loved ones on that other side that helped me transition beautifully. Who has a flower name like Lily or something like that in your family, or somebody named after a flower? Think about it, like Violet, Lily, or Rose, or anything named after a flower.
That was part of her last name.
Okay, what was her last name?
Rosenthal.
Okay, well, there you go. So
Wow.
I'm picking up the rose again on that.
Wow.
So she's just given me her last name and everything. So she just wants to let you know that she did pass away in peace. She loves you very much, and she does think of the family quite often. And she's thanking some family members. I don't know if it was you who took the time to maybe take care of her before she was in hospice, when she was sick, and she's thanking that too as well. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Andrea.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, who do we have next?
We have Celia.
Okay, Celia, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Do you have a question for Joseph?
Yeah, actually about my mother. I'm kind of nervous. I'm sorry. I want to know about my love situation, and my mother passed away. She have any message for me?
Okay. About your love situation, Celia, I don't know if your mom is saying that, sometimes we do a lot for a person, and we try, and one side works harder than the other side. And I feel like you're the one who's working hard at this. You're working too hard at this. Sometimes you have to let things go instead of hold on to something like that. If something, and probably friends and people, loved ones around you are saying that, you're really trying to hold on to this, and you have to, for your sake, you have to let it go. I have a bunch of people around your mom. Was your mom a type of person that took care of a lot of kids around? I see a lot of kids. Did she have a lot of grandchildren or anything like that?
No, not really.
Okay. Do you have a lot of kids around you?
I work in a children's hospital, yes.
Okay. Then she's showing me I have a lot of kids around you. She's showing me how kind-hearted you are and how good. She always wonders, she always worries about you. She always wants what's best. And she's telling me, Celia, is to search your heart for what's true for yourself. You know what love is, and if it's really hard to make it work, then it's not meant to be. And she just wants you to really, truly find that person who loves you for who you are. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Mom sends a big kiss. I forgot to say, Mom sends a big kiss.
Did she say anything about my daughter?
On there. Okay. Yes, she does hear her. Okay? So, how old is your daughter?
9 years old.
9 years old. Did she talk to your mom at all or anything? Or she said she saw her or anything like that?
When she was little, yes.
Okay. So, yes, she does hear her, and she does visit her mom quite often. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Celia.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Celia.
Wow.
Oh, my God. The hair is standing up on my arms. Do we have time for one more phone call before we get a break?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so who do we have now?
Cindy. Let's go to Cindy.
Okay.
Cindy, good morning.
How are you?
Well, great. How
Cindy.
you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I have a question for Joseph. First of all, my friend went to you a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So she said you were very key and on point for a lot of things. So when I heard you were going to be on the radio, I definitely tried to get through. I just have a question if my mom is around.
Okay. Who's the M in the family?
M?
Yeah, like Mary or Marilyn, Marie?
No, my dad is named Mike.
Is Mike alive?
No.
Okay. I'm going to bring Mike through for you first, okay? I know you're asking for your mom.
Okay.
Okay. Dad wants to say that sometimes, if I say that he was sorry, does that make sense to you, Cindy?
Yes.
Okay. Dad has to come through first because there's a lot of things between you and him that were unresolved, and he couldn't really take care of things when he was alive because he was thick-headed and wasn't thinking straight. Now in the heavenly realm, I have your mom pulling his ear. That's how this is happening, okay? Now in the heavenly realm, he sees how he treated his family, and he just wants to say that he's sorry for you. Sorry to you.
Oh, okay.
And please forgive me, he says. I love you with all my heart. I see things better now, and I shouldn't have treated the people in my life the way I treated. Your mom and I were together. We have talked things out. Your mom has forgiven me also, he says.
Okay.
And your mom's saying, "Sweetie, don't worry. I got things here. I'm with your father. Your father, you love who he has become right now. When you meet your father again, you're just going to love him. He's the father that you remembered when you were a young child, okay?"
Yes.
All right. I want to thank you for calling.
Thanks, you.
Cindy.
Okay.
You know what? I don't know if we have time to take another call.
Let's go to break.
We're going to take a break. Joseph needs a break. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, more with Joseph LoBrutto, and you can call in at 800-889-0267, and he is just truly amazing.
Wow. Blown away.
Me too. We'll be right back.
You know you want to call them with your opinion, so go ahead. Don't be shy. They're not. Call Steve-O and Rene right now. 1-800-889-0267. Drop a bass.
You know, we have had all types of celebrities on our show. We have never received... Well, Hallie Lease we get a lot of emails from her Tuesday show, which Joseph has taken over for today while she's out of town at her daughter's wedding. But
I know, we have never received so many calls. I mean, our lines are actually blowing up for Joseph today.
And Joseph wrote a book. It's called Is There More to Life Than What We Know? A Spiritual Journey and Awakening to Finding God. I love that
I know.
title.
And I just told you during break, I said, I know that you have a gift, but you're giving everybody a gift to channel into somebody that they miss so much, that passed away. And I said, last week when you were here, you gave me a gift. It was the ultimate gift. So tell everybody where you're located and your phone number, because you do this in private practice.
Yeah, I'm right here in Palm Beach County, Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, just the next exit right up from the station here. My phone number is 561-433-4012, 561-433-4012, or visit my website at www.ourjourneyoflife.com.
I love it.
And now this is how you make your living.
Yep.
So, we're giving you like a small taste of it.
Exactly.
But if you really want to go into deeper, then you want to call him and set up an appointment. Now, you're a healer also.
Yes.
Can you,
elaborate
to us one of the healings you did?
Yeah, it's called divine healing. I use the word divine because it comes from God, and I'm sort of a tool, vessel, channel. So the healing doesn't actually come from me personally. It comes from God. So I just want to make sure that's straightened on that.
Who's getting the credit?
Exactly. Okay. I'll share a story about a young woman in Vero Beach. First, her name is Savannah. And she came to one of my galleries where her mother came through for her, and I was doing a reading for her and talking to her mother, and then I paused and I said, "Your mom says you're sick. Do you have cancer?" She looked at me and says, "Yes, Joseph, I have stage 2 cervical cancer."
Wow.
So I said, "Your mom is asking me if you would come to my healing circle that I have the next day as my guest, and I'm inviting you to come to my healing circle." So she came with her grandmother the following day to my healing circle. And when I do this divine energy healing, like I said, it's to work through God. And it's all hands-on, where I put my hands on people's shoulders. And energy will come through, or I can even just send energy into a room if there's massive people of 200-300 people. But I remember her falling face first right between her legs, and she was like that out for like an hour. When she got to, we won't know. She had her biopsy done about 3 weeks later, and she called and left a message on my machine, and she said that she was totally cancer-free.
Wow.
So, it's incredible. And the stories, there's more and more people. I always post it on my Facebook when people write letters about them being cancer-free and things like that. So, but like I said, this is a gift from God. I'm only the channel, and all this healing comes from God.
I love how he says that. Hey, our lines are crazy. Let's go to Rona.
Good morning, Rona.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
Great.
Your show is fantastic. I absolutely love it.
I love the way they suck up first.
I know.
No, I've been listening from day one. You're all fantastic.
Thank you.
Great way to start my day. I was hoping to be able to be channeled into my mom through Mr. LoBrutto. He's fantastic. I'm loving him.
Hi, Rhoda. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. First, I'm picking up is somebody with a J name. Is there a Joe or John in the family?
An uncle.
Uncle Joe or Uncle John?
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. Is this on your mom or dad's side of the family? So I know.
My dad's side.
Okay. Uncle Joe has a great personality. I don't know if you were very close to him, but I have him very outgoing and very good personality. Were you very close to this uncle?
Actually, I had an Uncle Julie. It just dawned on me on my mom's side. And yes, I am very close to him.
To Uncle Julie. Oh, okay.
Yes.
There we go. All right, because we asked for Mom, and Uncle Julie's popping up right now with a big smile on his face and said, surprise. And it was somebody who you grew up and you were very close. He just had a great sense of humor, and you were like one of his favorite nieces, he's telling me. And
God.
He just wanted to let you know that, since you were a child and everything like that, he was very fond of you, and he always looked forward to coming over. He's enjoying your mom and you. He's enjoying your company with your mom. I'm going to New York. Anybody in the New York area?
Yes, a lot of people in the New York area.
Did your mom ever honeymoon in upstate New York, like Niagara Falls or anything like that?
I believe she did.
Okay, because I'm seeing photos of your mom, and it has to be your father then, at Niagara Falls then, that she's showing me in black and white pictures, and then this is something you'll probably reminisce with a lot. She said that after her passing, you were going through some old photos too, and trying to sort out the family members, and you wanted to put some photos in order. Was that something that you wanted to do, or was it in preparation of her funeral?
No, afterwards I have a box of photos, and I don't know who's who.
Yeah, that's what your mom was saying. When you go through those photos again, just kind of close your eyes and listen for your mom's voice. We could talk to our loved ones on the other side. It's very easy. You don't need a medium. Listen from your heart. It's like that voice within. It's like that second consciousness. People think it's, I'm making it up in my head, but no, you're not. So if you listen to her, when you're going through those pictures, listen to her voice, and when you feel like, I believe this is such and such person, go with it, and you'll find that you're right on that, okay?
Does she have any advice for me at this point in my life?
She says that you're always a worrier, and, and you got to be more optimistic about things. Sometimes when we get to a funk, I'm the Winnie the Pooh Eeyore, you have to stop being an Eeyore type, and that's what she's showing me, things are going to get better, she said. Just follow through and get through it, and things will get better. And this is her way. She says she's always been there for you. She was always like your cheerleader. You always came to her for advice. And since she's been gone, and you've been kind of lost a little bit on where to go to, listen to her voice, and she'll guide you the way. She says you know right from wrong, so listen to her for yes or no's, and you'll make the right choices. Okay?
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.
You're
Thanks,
welcome,
Rona.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a break. Let's give Joseph a chance. Not to commercial. I'm just saying, let him breathe, okay? Because it takes a lot of energy from Joseph, so we don't want to
just
bring too many
hang
spirits.
on, we're going to get to you.
Absolutely.
So that's an amazing story about the healing. And I think when I look at you, it's like we're excited about it. He's like,
can I tell you something? I'm enthralled. Listen, I never shut up about anything. I'm sitting here and my mouth never stops. I'm just enthralled by you. I just want to listen to what he has to say, whether it has to do with me or somebody else. It's truly amazing.
Well, I'm very spiritual. God's very important to me. And, you hear these healers taking all the credit instead of the first thing you said was, I give God the credit. And I said, wow, here's someone who he understands that God's channeling it through you. Mm-hmm. Has gifted you. I guess that's the best way.
Well, that's it. It's the gift that was given to me, and this is my journey in this lifetime, is to be that healer and that messenger. And even in my writings in my book is to make our life better, to understand why we're here on earth and to get through our difficulties. So, and all this is channeled through me, through God, and plus the healing and the closure. It's very important to have closure with our loved ones.
Yes.
People who get readings say, I just want to make sure they're okay, but really, they come through to make sure that we're okay. And don't worry about us. You just worry about your life. Live your life to the fullest, and we'll meet again one day.
Wow.
So, tell us a little bit more about your book.
Well, is there more to life than what we know? It's a spiritual journey because it talks about God and how God relates to us and how God is in our lives all the time. It talks about adversity, why we have to have duality in this world, good and evil. Because if life was always good, we cannot grow in our enlightened path. So we have this bad or this evil, or we have this stuff going on this earth plane, is to help us grow into stronger spiritual beings. And this is why life is so hard here. They asked if there's a heaven or hell. Well, yeah, heaven is that heavenly realm where we don't have to worry. There's peace and so forth. But the hell, I believe, is what we have to go through, the pain and suffering and adversity here on earth. But once we're through with that and we go back to that heavenly realm, everything's more at peace.
Wow. When did you publish this book?
3 times.
Really? I have to read it. I'm a big reader, okay? I'm going to read that book.
Well, that copy is for the both of you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hand it over. At least he's getting it. I want an autograph, though.
I could bring another copy in.
No, I'll be happy to take it for myself, thank you. You can put Steve O and Renee's name in.
Our phone number here is 800-889-0267. Let's go to our next call. I need some help on pronouncing the name.
Well, just say good morning, and she could say her own name. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, this is Yomara. How are you?
Yomara. Okay, great. You have a question for Joseph?
Yes, Joseph. I want to know how my work life is developing right now.
How your work is developed, you said? Mm-hmm. What type of work do you do, Yomara?
Administrative, clerical. I do clerical work.
Okay.
I've been having a bit of problems with a new boss.
Okay. What I feel like with you too, I feel like another career change for you as well. Did you ever thought you wanted to go in counseling or something like that at one time in your life?
At some point in my life, I did, but my counseling is more spiritual, like you do.
Okay, so you do spiritual.
I don't feel like I could do anything technical.
Fine. As long as you do spiritual counseling, that's wonderful, because that is in your vibration for you to be a counselor. And when you said what you were, administrative, I said, wow, this woman needs to be talking to people and giving words of wisdom, because there's so much wisdom that comes through you. So focus on that energy stronger on there. You're very good. You're tapping into a higher vibration, and you are helping people. So let me leave it that way. Be patient where you are at work right now. Bosses do change. Sometimes what they're telling me, my guides are telling me, is just to be patient where you are. Stick it out, and you'll get through it, and things will start to look better in the new year for you.
Yeah, it's like I get really bad energy from this person.
Yeah, but if you work in light, like you said, you know how to put positive vibes to people, positive energy. So send them love and light, and it'll be reflected back to you. And I feel like the energy will change right after the new year.
Joseph, everywhere I go, I keep seeing the number 7 and 17 and 77 in tags, and I look at the clock, and that's the time.
Yeah, I know numbers mean signs. I'm not a number person, numerologist. That's the one thing I don't do. I just tell people Google it and see what it says.
It just means that I'm on the right path and that I'm very spiritual.
Okay, so you already looked it up and everything. So yeah, if these numbers keep popping up and you looked up, it says you're on the right path and you're very spiritual. That's pretty much the confirmation that I gave you anyway, that you're on the right path. Stay where you are, but.
Thank you.
Increase your spiritual duties. Kind of work more in that arena.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
I'm really enjoying your show. Can I just ask one last question?
Well, we have to do a commercial break.
Quickly.
Yeah, you want to come back?
Quickly. My grandmother passed away about 10 years ago. Can you tell me anything about that?
Who passed away?
My grandmother.
Do you have her ring passed down that she wanted to give to you?
No, I don't have it.
Is there a ring that you wanted to get from her that you're really sad about?
Yeah, there is.
All right. She's telling me about that. She wished she had that ring was supposed to be for you. Sometimes we hold grudges that you didn't get that ring and you wanted it. So I think what she's telling me is the gesture to don't hold on to that anger about that she really wanted you to have that, but just know that in your heart, even though that you didn't have it. She said that she always watches over you. She says angels are very strong and part of your life. You see angels, you talk to angels, and so forth. So go with that as well. She also tells me as a little girl, you always had this gift. You always knew more than other people, and she always was fascinated about things you used to tell her on there. I don't know if there's any psychic abilities in the family, but I feel like it's very strong ties in the family too. So I just want to let you know that she is around you. It's almost like a guardian angel with you, because she said angels are very powerful with you. Okay?
Thank you, Joseph.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Let's go
Hey,
to
we're going to go to break.
Yeah.
We come back. I want to talk to Joseph about there's a lot of negativity going on in this world today, and maybe he has some advice for people and overall. We'll be right back.
Got a question for Steve-O and Rene? Well, call them. Call them right now. 1-800-889-0267. And now back to the craziest couple on radio, Steve-O and Rene.
Drop a bass.
We are back.
Loving the show.
Yes.
Our phone number here is 800-889-0267.
And there's a lot of people that are on the road or at work and would love for him to channel into somebody that passed away in their life. So give your phone number out, because you do this, and I said do this. It's like do. You do this in private practice. Yes. So people can have a private reading, and obviously a private reading is going to be more than, like 1 minute or 2 minutes on the radio.
Yeah, in a private session, I'll be going up and down your family tree. I'll be bringing in a lot of people, even people that they forget, maybe a childhood friend that passed away that they totally forgot about will come through and things. So, and plus in my sessions, I do life path readings, which are psychic readings, and then I do healings if they need a healing done. So I can do all three in one session with me. So it's a great deal in having a reading with me. The phone number, 561-433-4012, 561-433-4012, or our journeyoflife.com.
So let me just ask you, so when somebody comes to your office, how long do the readings typically last for, the channeling last for?
Anywhere from 50 minutes to an hour.
Wow. See, because I feel like when I spoke to him last week and talked, to my mother, I felt like I just wanted more. I didn't want to stop. And I know we're on the radio, we're limited with time with each person. It was a tease to me. So for me, I would love to sit with you for an hour and just channel him, because I have a lot of relatives that unfortunately passed away that I would love to be able to channel into. So I think that's wonderful that you could actually go to your office and have that much time with you.
Yeah, because a lot of times I do what's called home parties and things like that.
Which is what?
Where people, private events, they invite me to their homes, they bring their friends and family, and then I do mini readings for them, like maybe 5-6 minutes for each person and everything. And I just, I do like a group session on there, or my public galleries where they're bigger, but I just read through the audience, and it's like a little teaser too about what I can do. And normally a lot of times they will schedule a full appointment with me afterwards just to get the rest.
So I have a question for you. Now, you actually did a reading about my son who passed, and it was recently, and you kind of explained when it's recently, they might not have...
They're still in transition.
Yes.
And that's what it is.
But it was so good. So my mother passed away about 7 years ago.
Why don't we do your mother afterwards? Because we have Curtis in the studio with us, and we're going to be going to commercial break. When we come back from break, we'll have him challenge your mother. But right now, we have Curtis, who's one of the staff at iHeart.
On 95.5?
95.5, well, and Cool 105.5.
And look at
his voice.
I love this voice.
Dude, I want your voice.
Listen, he needs to be part of the show. He's got the most unbelievable radio voice.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so who would you like to channel into?
I don't know. Well, okay, my grandfather passed recently.
Okay, you have a grandmother who's passed too as well?
Yes.
Curtis? Mm-hmm. All right, I know you mentioned your grandfather passing recently, but I'm feeling a grandmother presence around you.
Okay.
And I feel like you have done a lot for her. I see you running around and doing chores and pick up this, pick up that, do this, do that. And you just running, and she's just saying, thank you for doing all this for me.
Okay.
You're very good. Was she a very spiritual or very religious person as well? Because I'm hearing the song Amazing Grace is in my head, and I don't know, it's a very important song to her. And I just feel like she was very just church. Who sung in the choir or anything?
She did, yeah.
Okay, so this is her voice I'm hearing. Okay, so she's singing in, I guess, the church choir. She's singing in. This is what she loved to do, and this is what her thing was. She said, she just wanted to send her love and just let you know that she's always around you. Now, your grandfather who's passed, is she married to this? Or
No.
The other side. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me see if I can go to the other side of the family right now. Something about a new car or anything like that. Are you purchasing a new car?
Nah.
Or did you get a new car, or did you have something going on with your car?
No, not right now.
All right, with your grandfather in a car, I don't know what's going on with him in a car. Do you recall anything with his car or anything?
Maybe it might be some like family drama thing with one of the cars, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know who gets the car or sell the car and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's an older car anyway, and people shouldn't fuss about it or anything like that. Who had the heart attack or a chest condition? Was your grandma or grandpa? Anything?
I think that was him. Yeah.
Okay. He just passed away just recently, you said? Yeah, sometimes when they pass, like we were just talking to Steve-O about the transition stage that he has to translate. Your grandmother is loud as day. Okay? So on the other side, I can just hear her. She's been there a while, and she's just in her comfort zone and everything. But your grandfather, he's in the transition stage, I'm feeling right now.
Cool.
A lot of things going on with this family and stuff like that. I don't know. Is this your father's father? Has passed. I don't know if there's arguments with your father and siblings going on, but he's very disappointed in the siblings of his kids.
Okay.
Of all the arguing and fighting because of his death. He said it shouldn't be like that because family is family, and it was never like that when he was alive. He's very disappointed. And if he was alive today, he would set them all straight, he's telling me right now. Right. So, he's saying, Curtis, it's hard to stay out of it, but just stay out of it. Let them do what they have to do and sort it out. Know that learn from their mistakes, and then you treat your family a different way.
Cool.
Okay?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Did you hit it out of the park? Yes.
Yeah, for the most part.
Your grandmother was in the choir. Wow.
Yeah, that was her singing all the time. That's about right.
So the fact that he heard her singing, wow. It just gives me chills. It really does. It's crazy.
It's God. Just I know that God wants you to touch just one person, and what He's given you, what He's given you is just amazing. We've got one 15-minute segment left. If you'd like to call us at 800-889-0267. We're going to be talking with Joseph and see if we can get him back again.
We're going to beg him.
The response has been
amazing,
unbelievable. And when we come back, I'd like maybe to see if you can channel my mother. But I know that there's a lot of negativity going on in this world right now. It's everywhere, and maybe you've just got some advice to
or
listeners,
some insight
as to how they can, maybe be more positive. And we'll talk about that when we come back, because we've learned something new today. We have to give him a rest. We can't just bring in one after another, and we got to take care of him.
Yes, go get him some water. Don't treat him like you treat me. I I get nothing. I choke on ice cubes.
But anyway, give everybody your phone number if they'd like to reach you for a private session.
It's 561-433-4012. 561-433-4012.
And your website, you got a great website.
It's ourjourneyoflife.com.
Give me that book. That's mine. Thank you very much. I'm going to have Joseph sign it over to me. I'm going to read it. I'm really excited. The book is There More to Life Than What We Know?
And you can get it on Amazon. Where else can you get
Barnes
it?
and Nobles, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Barnes and Noble. What section would it be in?
It'll be in the New Age section.
New Age? Okay. Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, we've got another segment left with Joseph, and we will be right back.
Steve-O, wake up. We're going back on the air. Are you kidding me?
Ouch, you crazy woman. It's just one big slap-happy family, and we're back with Steve-O and Rene.
So
we're back. Are you back? I'm back. No, he doesn't even know. I've seen the light. Joseph knows when the light comes on.
We just got some great news. Joseph is going to be with us every other Friday at 8:15, which I am so excited about.
I'm so excited about that.
I mean, it's like it really...
It's the gift that keeps on giving. It really is.
We're sitting here.
That doesn't mean that you don't have to buy me a gift for Christmas. I'm just telling you, Hanukkah.
Is it tough during the holidays for people that come to see you? I mean, it's the holidays we're talking about. They've lost family members.
Holidays are always tough for those who have lost family members, especially during the holidays, because when the Passover or Christmas rolls around and they lost their relatives at that time of year, it's very hard to celebrate the holidays because they lost it. But what I find is the loved ones come through and they see through their eyes and they want to participate. They don't want the holidays to stop, so they want to see the children opening presents. They want to see the joy on their face of the holidays. So when I give a message to someone, I say, continue, celebrate, because your loved ones are watching you celebrate, and they're with you during the holidays.
Wow.
So my mother passed away about 10 years ago. Her name was Elaine, Elayne.
Okay.
Last time you did a reading for me with my son that was so right on, and he just passed in July. But so, I'm a total believer. So where is my mom at right now?
Wow. Did your mom used to organize, clean, and stuff like that? Was this something that she... You said, where's your mom? I have her cleaning.
We're not on TV. I'm shaking my head, yes. Yeah, she was a homebody, homemaker, yes.
She used to yell at you all the time to pick up after yourself. And
she did.
You used to be with your mom a lot, especially when she was in the kitchen.
Yes.
You used to, and not just to sit there and eat with her and talk to her, but you showed a big interest with cooking. And she showed you a lot of things about cooking. You used to get up and you used to cook a breakfast for the family. And she tells me that you used to like to prepare. This is something that you really love to do. And she really enjoyed that time with you.
Yes, absolutely.
So she never would have trade that in the world. No offense, it's like the daughter I never had type thing.
She had 4 boys and a girl, but okay. You're right.
But yeah, with all these boys, but it's just you like to cook and you like to spend time with her in there, and she really, it was more to her. She enjoyed having your company there, and having you around like that. She said out of the boys, you were the most caring with her. You're very close with her. And it was very hard for you to see her go because it was almost like not just a mom but a best friend. You losing a best friend, and she misses you as much as you miss her. I have a chain for some reason that she's showing me. I don't know if she gifted to you at one time.
She gave me a chain.
Okay, so she's talking about the chain that she gifted you, and she just hopes you hold that memory of the chain that she gifted you back when. You come and see her, she says, and you always make sure you bring fresh flowers, which is wonderful. She says she always loves to see you bring fresh flowers. Said you don't have to, I'm always around you, but you make a point of making sure everything is clean and everything's in order where I'm at. And so what am I doing today? She says, I'm pretty much looking over you, Steve-O, and enjoying your success. And you are at a point in your life now that you're as happy as you ever been. She's glad that you got through what you had to get through, that now where you are right now, there's a lot of joy in your life. And when you're happy, she's happy.
Does she want to thank me?
Well, I think you might be that joy.
Okay.
Wow.
Can I just channel into somebody? Because I have a very close relative that I grew up with. I know I'm going to give Joseph a break. Take a sip of water, Joseph. Because I know he doesn't like to do back-to-back readings, but as long as we have him here in studio, I was very close to a relative, an aunt of mine, growing up.
What was her first name?
Esther.
Another E.
Yes. Very close. It was almost like a second mother.
I have writings, and I don't know if she liked to write or anything. Did you ever write when you were a child or anything like that? You ever thought of anybody going into journalism or anything?
I'm writing a book.
You're writing a book. Okay. Is part of the book, anything about her in the story or anything? Did she have an influence with you or anything?
No.
All right. Well, she's talking about the book that you're writing. She's telling me that you're a writer. She's laughing at some segments in the book, too, because you can't keep things all serious, she says on there. Awareness. She says you're bringing up a bunch of awareness to people, which is very important.
Well, I'm writing the book about my journey with autism with my daughter.
Okay. Now, there were some funny stories, too, that you had with her. You need to put some humor into the book as well. Not so much as seriousness, but there's times when she made you laugh and things like that. You need to bring that in to show that it's not all heavy. It's very important. Esther's telling me that you're doing a very great job, and she's very proud of you on what you're doing. That all the family here is very proud of you. I don't know if she was like a role model to you.
She was.
When she was alive, but this is her giving her aunt advice, motherly advice, she says. Let's call it motherly advice to her, because I always gave a lot of motherly advice to her. This is my motherly advice to you about your book, that it's going to be very good. Try not to just make it a little lighter here and there, but it's going to be very good on the awareness on it. Okay?
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So, kind of getting back to, what do you do if you see something really dark? Do you still tell them?
I could always turn that dark back into light, and I look at the positive approach to it. If it's something very negative, I would show something what the positive spin on it can be and how to deal with it.
Okay. If someone comes to you with maybe they don't quite really believe this, but they're coming to you, can you read them as well?
The more open-minded you are, the better the reading's going to be. If you're skeptical, yes, I'll be able to read them. But if you're here to prove me wrong, and no matter what I say, I'm wrong, then it's not going to work. I'll be wrong every time.
Wow. Well, like I said, what you do is so amazing. I mean, would you have ever thought that we would be asking him to come on as part of our show?
Never in a million years.
No.
But let me tell you something. I turned into a believer because when he came on last week and started talking and saying things that there's no way in the world that he could have known. It just, the hair stood up on my arm.
What was the, Marissa, what was the employee?
Chelsea. Oh, my God.
Waldo. Anyway, I mean, I lost it with what you did with Chelsea. I mean, she lost it.
Yeah.
And it was what you gave her. It sounded like it was something.
Can I tell you something? It's always
closure.
because, and I said this even when my mom passed away, I just, everybody always wants that last minute with somebody. You say, oh, if I only just had one more minute with this person. And I've been living with that since my mother passed away. So for me, you gave me my one last minute with my mother, which was so big. And so you gave Chelsea that as well. So for those of you that need that one last minute, and we all do, I think we all do.
Yes.
You know, we've lost somebody suddenly, or even if it wasn't suddenly, like in my mother's case, she was obviously, you know, she was very ill and she died from breast cancer. So it was a long bout with breast cancer. But you gave me that closure of saying, okay, well, she's there, she's watching over me. And, you know, I thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
So give everybody your phone number, because I know there's a lot of people that would like to call you, set up a private reading, because for me, I would want that.
It's 561-433-4012, ourjourneyoflife.com.
Love it. And like we said, Joseph's going to be on every other week,
Friday.
every other Friday at 8:15. So if you have a question for Joseph, you're more than welcome to call in. Otherwise, just call him at his private number, set up a private channeling or psychic healing.
It goes into much more depth than we can do here. So it's a great... I love what you do. I'm actually jealous of what you do.
It's a talent. It's a huge talent.
And I know that without a doubt, God's brought him to this show, because if you can just touch one person, I mean, it's amazing what he does. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Joseph, so much for coming on
today. The hour
went
by so fast.
Too quickly. It really does. It goes too quickly with you.
So let's go to break. Any last words?
No, thank you for having me on the show.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you. We'll be right back.